Welcome to the Certificate in Pharmacovigilance and Drug Safety Management. This short guide walks you through everything you need to know before you begin. The course is fully online, self-paced, and takes around 2 to 4 weeks, with a CPD certificate when you finish. Let's start with the essentials. The course is delivered entirely online, and you study at your own pace, whenever it suits you. It's made up of 10 modules, and each one builds on the last, taking you from the foundations right through to specialist skills. By the end, you'll have the knowledge and the confidence to work in a drug safety environment. A quick word about who we are. UK Versity is an independent online college based in Salford, accredited by the British Accreditation Council. We specialise in professional development for working adults, and every course is built and reviewed by subject experts. Just to be clear, this programme is a CPD qualification awarded by UK Versity, not a regulated one. So who is this course for? It's ideal if you work in pharma or biotech, if you're a healthcare professional, a clinical research associate, or you work in regulatory affairs or medical writing. You don't need prior pharmacovigilance experience, but a science or healthcare background helps, along with a couple of hours a week and a willingness to take the assessment seriously. Here's the shape of the course. There are 10 self-contained modules, running from pharmacovigilance and drug safety management through to pharmacology and toxicology. Each module ends with a 20-question multiple-choice assessment, and you'll need to pass all 10 to complete the course. There are no timed exams. Module 1, Pharmacovigilance, is your foundation. It introduces the discipline, explains why systematic drug safety monitoring became a legal requirement worldwide, and builds the core vocabulary and case handling process that the rest of the course relies on. Module 2, Drug Safety Management, is where it gets practical. You'll see how a drug safety function actually runs day to day, from the moment a suspected reaction comes in, through causality assessment and coding, to reporting. Module 3, Regulatory Affairs, sets out the framework around drug safety, the roles of the major regulators like the MHRA, the EMA and the FDA, and how medicines are authorized and monitored across different markets. Module 4, Clinical Trials, covers how trials are designed, governed and monitored, and, crucially, how safety information from a trial is collected, assessed and reported under good clinical practice. Module 5, Risk Management, looks at how regulators and companies manage risk across a product's whole life, including benefit risk thinking and the European Union Risk Management Plan. Module 6, Quality Assurance, is about applying formal quality management to drug safety, the quality system, the master file, and handling deviations through root cause analysis and corrective actions. Module 7, Medical Writing, shows how safety writing works in practice, from a single case narrative all the way through to the large aggregate safety reports and regulatory submissions. Module 8, Data Analysis, covers how safety data are analysed and, just as importantly, how far you can trust the results, including the main data sources, their biases, and how signals are detected. Module 9, Pharmacology, gives you the working pharmacology you need to actually assess a suspected reaction, covering how drugs are absorbed, distributed, metabolized and cleared, and the interactions that matter. And Module 10, Toxicology, rounds things off with the toxicology behind a safety file, the core principles, the non-clinical safety package, and the key dose descriptors. A few words on how to study. Work through the modules in order, since each builds on the last. Take notes as you go, complete each module's assessment before moving on, and remember there's no strict deadline, so you can work at a pace that suits you and revisit anything at any time. Now, the assessment. Each module is tested by a 20-question multiple-choice quiz on Moodle, drawn only from that module's content, so you won't need any outside research. You need 70% to pass, that's 14 out of 20, and you get immediate feedback after every question. The quiz itself is straightforward. You open the assessment in Moodle and work through 20 questions, each with 4 options and 1 correct answer. You get instant feedback with an explanation, there's no timer, and your final score and result appear at the end. Just to underline the pass mark, it's 70%, 14 out of 20. If you don't pass first time, there's no limit on attempts, so reread the slides, look at the feedback on anything you got wrong, and try again. Most learners pass within 2 attempts. That feedback is genuinely one of the most useful tools in the course. Whenever you get something wrong, you'll see the correct answer and the reasoning behind it, so use it actively. Reread the relevant part of the module before you retake. And don't worry, there's no penalty. Your highest passing score is the one that counts. You complete the course once you've passed all 10 module assessments. Moodle tracks your progress automatically, there's no final exam, and once everything is passed, you'll be notified by email when your CPD certificate is ready, usually within 3 to 5 working days. On finishing, you'll receive the UK Versity CPD Certificate of Completion. It carries your name, the course title, the date, and a unique reference number, and it's ideal for your CV and professional portfolio. Do note that it's a CPD certificate, not a regulated qualification. A few tips to get the most from the course. Don't rush the slides, pause and reflect on each concept, and take notes on the key definitions, timelines, and frameworks, because those come up often in the quizzes. And always review the feedback after each assessment, even on the questions you got right. And if you need help at any point, support is always available. You can reach one of our course coordinators by email or by phone during office hours, and they'll be happy to help with anything technical or course-related. So, ready to begin? Log into Moodle using the details in your welcome email, open Module 1, and work through the slides before taking the assessment. Pass with 70%, then move on to the next module and repeat through all 10. Good luck! We're here to support you every step of the way.